Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to do a quick little video because I would like to find out, is my car going to be any quicker with the new turbo? Now obviously it will be, but I'm talking more 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 0 to 62 miles an hour that equates to. So I did this video a while back right after I got my SST gearbox rebuilt with the upgraded template clutches from AK Racing, and I did a 3.58 0 to 100 was my best out of the 2 launches that I did. So today it's a really hot day, so not ideal, but I just want to go out. I want to see if it's going to do any better. So I am in an industrial area where I come to often. Pretty close to here is where I filmed the last launches that I did. So I'm going to go back to that exact same spot, so keep it all even, and I'm going to see what it does. So quickly we'll go over what has changed to make me think that it may be either faster or potentially slower, because the turbo has a little bit more lag now. But although it went from having a virtual dyno sheet to an actual calibrated dyno, which is a bit of a heartbreaker dyno from what I'm hearing off the guys at AK Racing, it's making pretty similar power, but it's clearly a lot quicker. I can feel it top end, mid-range, everywhere. Just the spool is just a little bit slower now, so a tiny little bit of lag, but I think it still might be quicker. I think, yeah, come on boost, it may take a little bit longer, but then it's going to pull a lot harder up to the 100 kilometers an hour. So I'm interested to see. Now, what has changed since the last video is intake. It's still a 3-inch intake, but it's the ETS, and it's a titanium version, not like it's going to make any difference for power. I don't think the intake's going to change anything at all. We also have new injectors, so we went from having Bosch 1000cc's to FIC 1200s. And then the main thing that's going to make a difference is the new turbo. So we now went from running the GT Pumps 712 turbo with a TurboSmart 18 PSI wastegate. Now we're running the Intense 5656 RS turbo with a TurboSmart 22 PSI wastegate. So obviously retuned, a little bit more dialed in with the tune, but nothing else has really changed. So, I mean, will it be quicker? I hope it is. I know it. I never got the chance before the turbo blew, after the gearbox was built, to go to the drags and set a quarter mile time. I know it would have been quicker compared to my old quarter mile, because when I do pulls in this, you can feel the difference. It is so much quicker, so much more power top end, and it just keeps pulling. So I know it would be quicker there, but in the trade-off, it may end up being slightly slower for the 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 miles an hour. 0 to 62, which is 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. I'm measuring it by kilometers, which is what we have here in Australia, and that's what my dash is calibrated to. So I'm using my PowerTune digital dash to read it. Is it accurate 100%? I don't really know. I've got nothing to compare it to, but I do have my previous launches to compare. So at least I'll know if it's quicker or slower. It's accurate according to that. But yeah, I don't know. With that said, I'm going to just drive around for a little bit longer. I'm going to get my transmission up to a little bit above 75 degrees an hour. 75 degrees Celsius. Make sure it's definitely safe for me to launch. Go to that same bit of road and go for it. So yeah, let's cut to that footage now. I don't have Letitia with me today to film outside clips. I may put the cameras down on the ground, but I don't know if I should do that. Maybe makes it a little bit sketchier if I can just do the launches and get the hell out of the street where I go to without having to pull back over and grab cameras and turn them off. That might be a smarter idea, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to cut to the footage now after I get to the spot where I'm going to do the launches. All right, so I found a spot. It might be a bit too short. I'm going to give it a try. So, got the dash in my drag mode. I'm going to press start staging tree. Just need to turn my ASC off. And we're in manual mode. We're in Super Sport. So, let's give it a try. So press start staging tree, foot hard on the brake, and let's go for it. Okay, so that just did a 3.383. That road's maybe a bit too short. I think I backed off a little soon, but I think I can go back and try one more. That was crazy though. All right, so we're gonna try that again one more time, and then I'm gonna get the hell out of this sketchy little area where I've been doing it. So make sure my wheel's straight. Start staging tree. Foot on the brake. Wait till we're green. And okay. So that one, 3.36. I already forget what the last one was. 8th mile time of 13.073. I don't know if I had backed off before then. I definitely would have, because I'd do faster than quarter mile in 13 seconds. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Might go find a different road and try one more, but so far 3.36 is my new 0 to 100 km/h best time. So let me get a photo of that. So yeah, knocked some time off with the new turbo, surprisingly. Car just, that launch, it spun as well. Spun the wheels on that second one, and it just took off. Leaves you like a tight feeling in your chest, like a roller coaster. So yeah, the perfect road was down there, but there was like bunch of workers there, so I decided to go to the street right next to where they couldn't see me but they could hear me. So yeah, I'm gonna just drive around for a bit longer. Maybe I'll find another good road, maybe I won't, maybe that'll do. 3.36, either way I'm happy. I wasn't sure if I'd actually beat the time or not today either, so I beat the old time. Now whether this is accurate or not, I don't really know 100%. When I go to the drag strip, I'll be able to compare the quarter mile time to this, and I guess that'll tell me whether my 0 to 100 is accurate as well. But we'll probably look at getting like a draggy or something too, but if this ends up being accurate as with the quarter mile time of the drag strip or close to it, then I'll probably not worry about the draggy. But yeah, wow, it's a pretty intense launch, so I'm going to go just another little cruise around, let the car cool down a bit, find another potential area to try one more, and yeah, see what we can do. Alright guys, decided I'm going to try one more. So after checking the pictures back, they were both 3.3, one was 3.36, one was 3.38 I believe, but so two 3.3s in a row on the same road. So either way, it's an improvement on the old time. So let's just try one more right here. So I'm just going to go for this one. A bit more road this time. So wait for our staging tree to go green, and okay, so that time I hit limiter, but I got a 3.299. So that's the new quickest. But yeah, hit limiter on that one, unfortunately. So I think it could do slightly even better, but that was in 3.2s. I don't think we're gonna go down below 3.2. Would be absolutely crazy to get it down into the 3.1s and then into the 2s, but I don't really see that happening. But this is too addictive. That's 3 launches. I feel like that's as many as I would really want to do. I need to turn around here, but I'm going to turn around. I'm going to maybe do one more. No, I think we're going to call it 3.299, hitting limiter, so there's room to improve. Could definitely get a little bit better, because I hit limiter on second to third. So it wouldn't make much of a difference. It only just sort of hit limiter and then change gear. But yeah, that's crazy. Into the 3.2s now with this car. All right, guys, so we just got back to our original starting point. Unfortunately, I don't know if I explained in the footage because it was all very rushed, but the street where I wanted to go, there was actually trucks getting loaded there, like in the middle of the road. So obviously couldn't do it there. Drove around for ages trying to find the right spot. Every time I found the perfect street that was super flat with plenty of room, there would be just someone. Seems to be a lot of people like to have their lunch breaks here, working Sundays, and all just sit out on the street. So there was always these little groups of people sitting on the street eating lunch and just looking at me. So I decided, yeah, maybe I don't want to do that right there. Ended up finding the perfect street, which is wrong. I'm going to go back to that, but same thing, there was people there. So maybe if I go later in the day or at night or something, I can try again. But I ended up going to a pretty sketchy little street. It was just long enough. So it was flat, but on my braking point, right after I'd get to like be, 100 and back off, that's when I would start going down. And yeah, a little bit sketchy, I had to get on the brakes pretty hard, but it worked out. So I did 2 launches there and I got in the 3.3s. So straight away beat my record. They were both 3.3. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm stoked with that. 3.5 down to a 3.3. That's a pretty big difference. And then I tried one more in a different street. Now, the last one, which is now my best time, 3.299. I'm an idiot. I didn't want to take a photo of the dash while I was driving, and I wanted to get the hell out of there because there was a bunch of traffic around. So I thought, oh, when I get back here, I'll pull the car up, I'll let it cool down for a couple of minutes, and I'll take the photo of the dash. I let it cool down. I was sitting there on my phone, just scrolling while I was waiting for the car to cool down, and I stupidly forgot to take the photo. So I haven't watched the GoPro footage back yet when it was on my head. Hopefully you guys can actually see the time on the dash through the camera. I don't know if you can or not, but either way, it was 3.299. So still pretty much in the 3.3s, but really I can call it, it's the 3.2. So 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 3.2 seconds. Let's leave the 99 out of it. Let's just call it 3.2. So I'm stoked with that. That's quite a bit quicker than my 3.57, I think, with the old turbo. So it's quicker. It was spinning the wheels on launch on some of those. I felt the wheels going, and it didn't do that before, so that was a surprise. It was on some like really fresh road. My tires are like brand new, a couple of months old, but they're super grippy, super sticky, and I've never had any. Actually, then again, since I've got this turbo, I've had a few pulls where I've felt the wheels kind of going, so it just makes a lot more torque and power than what it did, even though the dyno sheet doesn't really say that it does. But those launches, last time it launched so much easier. It didn't have enough to spin the wheels. Now it seems to. So yeah, it was surprising. The spark cut launch control, it seemed to be a little bit different. So Alan has tuned it this time, and yeah, it just seems to launch a little bit better. So maybe that's why it spun this time. Either way, it's a massive adrenaline rush launching this car. I'm just absolutely stoked with it. Like 3.299, 3.33 I think was the best before that. Either way, to have a 0 to 100 in 3 is great. Like this car's like 5 point something stock. It's not anything great because I don't think the factory launch control launches it that well, and the weight of the car, the stock power isn't that great. Either way, I've heard people get as low as 4.5 stock recorded. I don't know if that's accurate. I never timed mine. I did a few launches when it was stock. It did not feel anything like it does now, and I didn't do any launches for years because I didn't want to wreck my SST until now, and I'm now launching it and it feels like an absolute beast, totally different car. So yeah, I'm stoked with it. I'll probably stop rambling on because probably video is just mostly me talking, but I'm just stoked with this, guys. Like this car is so good. Everything about this is just getting to the level where it's just perfect. Like it is such a good car. It's launches, it's quick, it does pulls, it holds boost through gears, looks absolutely great. Love the engine bay. Handling and steering is just like nothing I've ever driven. This is such a good car. I'm stoked. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up down below. Let me know what you think. And I really want to hear from you guys who also have Evo 10s. Doesn't matter if it's manual or ESST, auto. What's your best 0 to 100 if you're Australia, 0 to 60 if you're in anywhere with miles, US, UK, etc. let me know what mods you've got and what you get, 0 to whichever. Really interested to find out. If you've also gone to the drags, let me know. This is what I'll be doing next. Now I've done my little tests, it launches well, I'm ready to hit up the drag strip. So let's aim for that 11.7 second quarter mile and see what it does. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll even beat that, who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap the video up there. So give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, plenty more content to come. But yeah, with all that said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.